just glad to have you guys here, man. This is
Blocky it.
Record breaking, man. Nothing like this has ever happened before, man. I just glad to have you both here, man. I'm excited for a really dope interview, man.
Let me see. I don't do react videos, man, but I'm a gamer, man. We finna see what's up with this. See what they got going on. You feel me? See what's popping, bro. I've been listening to Billionaire Black since I was like 8. This nigga J Hood been in the background.
Yeah, y'all got a 63rd in the old block and sit down together. Man, we around just did some shit, low key.
For sure. Wow. Hey, let's see. All the bloggers gotta post this. They love posting the death.
All the bloggers gotta post it. I thought it was
controversy back and forth, but let us. We want to see it. We gonna post this though.
Yeah,
Millionaire Black got fat, man. I remember that man.
Yeah, definitely making history, man. Well, listen. Can I get a brief background on each of you, man? I'm sure everybody knows you guys, but just like Billionaire, how'd you get on STL?
Make sure y'all hit that like button,
J Hood, just a quick description
I'm trying to be
of how
the
you
first
ended
one
up
on
in
this.
O Block.
Shit, STL is
Man,
that shit over.
Let me know if y'all like the react vids. I'm finna start doing that.
Too much gang banging going on STL right now. But back then, it was just like, you feel me? I lived over there.
Ain't no more gang banging. They all dead.
They took down the projects. Niggas had to go separate ways. You feel me? I used to live over there before I moved to
Ain't had that many niggas.
And once they took the buildings down, the Robert Taylor buildings, we moved back on 62nd. And shit, I just locked down.
Roll me like something after this.
Who was the first person over there that you met?
Shit, I met all of them at the same time. Like Duck, got Mello, like I met all of them at the same time, type shit.
Okay, and you, J Hood, how'd you end up in O Block?
Man, I ended up on a block. I think I moved on a block when I was like 9. I had previously just moved from Chicago when I was 7.
See,
I think we stayed.
That's another thing that's different. Where we from, nigga? I'm from that hood, nigga. You nigga talking about?
I think we kind of stayed towards the out west in Chicago, out west. And my people, them,
we be rocking with hood, like that,
just what I'm trying to say. It just happened, my people moved up. I ended up moving up when I was like 9 years old, and it was a wrap from there,
You might be. It depends.
Okay, now have you guys ever met before in life?
Shit, I don't know personal life.
Not personally, but I seen them plenty of times.
Like, you feel me?
I seen them plenty of times.
I don't remember, but folks said that we just had a phone call earlier. What you had said happened and shit.
It was Tuka funeral, man. It was Tuka funeral. They was having it right down the street at New Beginnings. That's our church. And then Billionaire, I don't know who he was in the car, but it was 2 of them in the car. They stopped right there on 65th. We running, we trying to hurt. He one of the ones. You feel me? From up over there, the biggest one, him and Duck. You feel me? And so we just running up on the car, but like I don't remember if y'all niggas skirted off while it was a red light, but you feel me?
They ain't skirt off, nigga.
I would have skirted off. All them niggas running
I was deep as hell. I know what you're talking about. I was deep as hell at that game. We was talking shit for a minute.
You was talking crazy.
Y'all can't do shit. The police was right there. I'm talking about get y'all dumb ass locked up.
He was right there. He was talking crazy though, and it was
I would have been on his ass.
It's
funeral, nigga.
Man, like look, where he at? Look where I'm at. We lost a lot. Lost a lot from both of the sides, from our side, his side, and now we sitting down. We sitting here, same city.
And don't get it wrong though. Look, this ain't no disrespect and none of that shit, but a lot of certain niggas I can't even sit down with like this. You feel me? Like me and Broski, like you said, we probably had one altercation and I don't even remember that shit. And it was some childhood shit. You feel me, bro? But don't get it wrong. We pushing peace and all that shit. But just like they say,
can't link up with no big ops, Billy.
You can say
they might get
everything. You don't gang bang, this and that. Really.
Word.
Them niggas feel like we're about you. You feel me?
They ain't forget about that shit 2 years ago.
So
they
a lot
on
of
your
niggas
head.
like this. I don't think I can sit down with, bro. But you good, bro. Because you feel me, you change,
you see what I'm pushing
around and shit. You pushing this piece of shit. You feel me?
Nah,
that's what everybody on me ground.
All 2024
for sure.
That's it for Cam Capone. Yeah, that was it, man. Let's go read. All right, man. I'm about to try to get into the reactor scene, man. Let's go.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical products. It's Amazon's other company,
Trigger Happy
Audible.
Take.
Audible pays me $8,000 to $10,000.
Trigger Happy Take.
Sponsored by Henson Shaving. Warning. The purpose of this video is for educational, informational, and documentary purposes only, and is not intending to glorify, incite, or encourage illegal behavior in any way. Everything in this video has been taken from publicly available sources, and any footage used is covered under the doctrine of fair use. We have made every effort to ensure the accuracy of our sources, but I'm not responsible for content third parties publish. All of the opinions in this video are mine alone. This video...
Yeah, I feel that though. Just the low end.
The story of Tay Savage and Welch World takes place in an infamous part of Chicago's South Side known as the Low End. The Low End is a name that Chicago locals use for the neighborhoods that are roughly located in and around the Bronzeville district. This is an area that, unlike most of the famous hoods of Chicago, like O-Block, Lamron, Tuckerville, or Jarrow City, exists on the north side of Washington Park and is located much closer to downtown Chicago. The name The Low End is derived from both the location in the lower numbered streets of the South Side and the neighborhood's lowly status. This lowly status was true particularly in the past when Bronzeville and the surrounding area were home to some of Chicago's and America's largest social housing projects, such as the Ida B. Wells Homes, Harold L. Ikes Homes, Stateway Gardens, and Robert Taylor Homes, which was the largest public housing project in the United States. Many of these projects were built along the State Street, forming the so-called State Street Corridor, a huge aggregation of enormous social housing projects, which included the Harold L. Ikes Homes, Robert Taylor Homes, Dearborn Homes, Stateway Gardens, and Hillard Homes. These projects were enormous and ridden with crushing poverty, crime, and violence that reached their peak during the 80s and 90s, when these areas were often referred to in the media as full-blown war zones, where gangs were large and well-organized, with some even having snipers on the roof to keep rival gangs and the police at bay. But in order to understand how the Low End came to be so dangerous, we need to go even further into the past, to a lesser-known period when the area and its citizens were actually thriving. In the early 1900s, as a series of oppressive and discriminatory laws by the name of Khamenei.
Listen, there's a good chance somebody's trying to hack your website right now. You gotta make sure.
Of Khamenei. Real name Khamenei Fears, he was killed by an unknown assailant in December 2008, shot dead while sitting in a car outside of his home. And while it's tempting to attribute this murder to Tay Savage without evidence, simply based on his reputation as a savage in the streets, however, an alternative theory on who was responsible for this murder actually paints a different picture. Khamenei Fears is actually mentioned in a 2016 Intercept article exposing police corruption in Chicago. According to the article, during the 2000s, a CPD sergeant named Ronald Watts was running an extensive criminal racket where corrupt officers led by him would extort drug dealers and receive payments in exchange for allowing them to conduct their business unscathed, as well as even apparently doing targeted hits on their rivals as favors. Khamenei was apparently one of the dealers caught up in this police corruption racket. He at the time ran his dealing operation from the Ida B. Wells Homes, which, as mentioned, were the projects where many of the AV members eventually came from. After these projects were shut down, Khamenei would move his operation to the AV's neighborhood. But as the projects were now gone, so too were much of Khamenei's profits, and according to his girlfriend, this would cause Khamenei to refuse to pay tax to the corrupt cop Watts, and he had allegedly threatened to give Watts up to the feds, and then, only a few days after threatening to snitch on the corrupt cop, Khamenei himself would be killed by a shooter that would hit him a total of 17 times. And according to the word on the streets, this murder was the work of Watts, rather than Tay Savage. But like many of the older stories about Chicago murders, with conflicting stories about who might have pulled the trigger, we may never know who really did it. It's unclear where the rumor of Tay being behind this hit comes from, but regardless, he was still known to be heavily involved in the streets around this time, and in the years that followed, things would get extremely hectic on his block. The year 2010 would turn out to be critical in the beef between SoIC and AV. On the 2nd of April, a man named Jermaine Streeter would end up being shot and killed in the AV neighborhood. Jermaine was allegedly an older cousin of female AV member Seth, and went by the name Maintain. Maintain was a loved member of the AV and after his death, members would pay tribute to him on social media by posting photos of themselves wearing shirts with his picture, along with text saying, "Things ain't gonna be the same without Maintain, Av crazy." Reddit detectives would later theorize that the murder of Maintain was done by members of So Icy, specifically Tay's close friend Welch, and while the case remains unsolved to this day, what we do know is that in later police reports regarding the murders of Cess and Neef, Maintain's case is listed as a reference, confirming that at least the Chicago police considered that his murder was related to this beef between these two factions. The events following the murder of Maintain are somewhat murky, but what we do know with some certainty is that at some time in May 2010, Tay Savage himself would become a victim of a shooting. On the 14th of May, people close to Tay would post on their social media indicating that Tay had been shot, but fortunately, he would survive. Tay himself would talk about this incident in a Say Cheese interview, saying that the incident happened after they had gotten into an argument with some people on the block.
And this is all, I mean, you're all outside just chilling.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you just weren't paying attention?
We was outside chilling, some little words broke out, you know what I'm saying? We having words with people, and one thing led to another. Shots rang out. I wound up getting shot.
Then, in the early hours of the next day, Saturday the 15th of May, Tay's friends would post again, wishing him to get well and seemingly threatening the people behind the attack. But what they didn't see coming, however, was later that day, another one of their good friends would become a victim of a shooting as well. Unfortunately, he wouldn't make it.
Cool.
At around 7 p.m. on the night of May the 15th, police would be called to a shooting near East 40th Street and King Drive. And there, they would find two males who had been shot.
Alright, man.
Join large-scale battles with military vehicles. The online action game War Thunder has received a major update. Direct hit. Joining the battle are machines like the...
He told him what he told him.
DJ, you go crazy!
DJ UTV, don't know who we got in the building.
Big Mike from the O. Big dog. Yeah. Back down. Did almost 10 years,
Roll something up.
Thought I wasn't going to get out. You see me on this couch.
Big Mike, what you on,
he on the couch.
Shit coolin', man. Just,
told him
trying to get everybody what they want.
Yeah.
Y'all want to hear from me. I waited a little bit.
I ain't want to hear nothing, boy.
I'm on that, though.
I thought you was
not only is this a DJ UTV exclusive.
I thought they was going to kill him like
a
they did
Chiracology exclusive. This is a worldwide premiere.
He was going to die.
You know that?
Because I did my little research and I couldn't find no other interview, not no jail interview, no phone interview.
It ain't the same no more,
you feel me?
None of them blocks. You better stay off them blocks, boy.
Yeah.
10 years.
Everybody trying to get rich. Shit, I'm trying to get rich too.
That's a fact.
So that's what we on.
Like me might
Well, as far as Chicago drill stories are concerned, I done heard a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? We done had a plethora of them right here on this couch.
And I'm a gamer, man. That's why I play the game.
But before we go any further, I think this might be one of the hardest, one of the craziest.
No more, bro. I used to be like that, bro. But I play the game.
What it is.
I think this might be one of the biggest.
That's what it is.
Hey, man.
You know that.
We ain't gonna waste no more time. Big Mike, tell us where you from.
I'm from the O, man. Born and raised, man.
You know what it is.
That's really my shit. You feel me? A lot of
like that for real.
Claiming they from over there and shit. Well, nowhere around when I was in there. Like me and my brothers come from dirt in there. They just branched
have
off.
a About Me video coming
out
my
whole life. Like it ain't not one person in that bitch don't
know
my name.
I mean, they interviewing snitches and all that. They ain't talking about me.
Old ladies,
I'm really
little kids.
feel me authentic.
So when you say we talking about O Block, correct?
O Block, Wig City, Parkway Gardens,
whatever you call it.
Don't worry about my back.
All the names it used to be before it was O Block.
Take care of my daughter.
So can you tell us what it was like for yourself growing up in O Block?
I mean, at first it was.
Don't be like these niggas, bro.
Like the school and shit like that. Like, I always was a badass little nigga. Like, everybody used to be like, man, Diane, go get your son. He doing this, he doing that. And then she got the other boys, it was like,
yes, man.
It was over with. Like, we started running through that bitch. We was in fights, like, almost every day. Getting suspended from school almost, like, every day. Teachers calling my mama almost every day. You know what I'm saying? Getting suspended one shit, she got to come up to the school. She beat them ass. But growing up in that bitch, it was just like, everybody be saying, like, you got a choice. You got a choice. But what if we ain't know about that choice? You feel me? Like,
Man,
ain't none of us know we
ain't
had no
about having
choice,
a choice,
because we
bro.
was going off of what we were seeing.
You make your own.
We weren't in the crib watching no more TV, watching.
You make your own choices in life, man. You feel me? You ain't gotta follow nobody. None of that. Hey, they be having stuff twisted, man. Y'all chose to do that on Block. You could have been doing whatever you wanted in on Block. You could have been a game. You could have been a game head. You could have been a basketball player. Anything, bro. You ain't have to choose to be gangbanging. You could have been a rapper or some shit.
Basketball and shit like that. We was watching what the niggas doing on that block. So
you wanted to be a shooter in that block.
Like, it was rough though. My mama, she was a single mama and shit like that. She was raising all of us, trying to feed us, put clothes on our backs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then we used to run through the hood just beating on niggas, and we used to be dirty and shit.
I don't want to hear him.
But niggas used to think we was dirty because my mama was fucked up. The whole time my mama was fucked up. We was dirty because we always get our shit dirty because we ain't kept.
Ain't no good music out Chicago.
We come in the crib, she like, oh, bitch, you want to get them clothes dirty? I ain't buying you no more. Type shit. You know?
Let's look up something, man. Let's look up some.
So it sound like you grew up with a single.
What Trenches News got going on? FBG Casket. Oh yeah, hey bro, I like this video right here, bro. We gotta react to this, bro.
What does it mean to be Carrington proud?
This video
Carrington
right here
College has been preparing students for nursing careers for over.
And he been cooperating and snitching in a federal informant specifically on FBG Duck Ginky.
I ain't subscribed.
The block going to slide on Duck. He been an informant this whole time. Shorty been sneaky talking and interviewing and doing all this news, all this everything.
Hey, bro, this nigga back crazy, bro. He been sneaky talking like, hey, crazy.
Feds everything.
But yeah, this the courtroom, man. Just like to show y'all, you know, don't live Duck.
This nigga is in this
What's
crazy.
up?
He done lost his rabbit mind. This nigga is in the federal courtroom right now. Recording video. Do you know how much of a super snitch you gotta be for the feds to let you record YouTube videos in the courtroom?
Nigga, I got businesses, nigga. I got 5 fucking businesses. You think I'm finna do a day for you? Hell no.
But get man, like you should be in the mix anyway.
$25,000 to cooperate with the government.
How you in the mix anyway,
in the back
bro?
room telling all type of shit about O-Block and everything they got going on, gang. That is snitching. These exotic boys, smoking exotic.
Nah, that's snitching, bro. It is what it is.
Been around the BDs. He been around the GDs. He been around 63rd O-Block. He been around everybody from Chief
so
to Vaughn to Butter to Duck
that
to
ski mask. Somebody gonna blow that ski mask off
everybody
his face,
you
bro.
can think of in the rack. He been around this nigga, bro. And he be doing a lot of interviews. He always got this ski mask on. He do a lot of interviews about a lot of shit. And I always used to ask myself, like, gang, how do you know everything?
He know hell shit, bro.
Get it? Everybody
been identified as Cooperator 1 and taking a stand later this week in the trial for FBG.
The first one.
Family,
It's
don't
like
get
I'm
me
on here
wrong.
with Mac
These
Moolah right
allegations
now,
been
man. I'm about to
out
be
for some
famous.
time now. But the real reason we talking about it today in this video, because now the public is privileged to knowing the details of him being an informant. Fam, we're going to go over this. We also going to hear his response before this information came out, after his name was in paperwork.
And they saying this gangster nigga that's been outside with all these, they said the feds paid him like 10,
Bro,
15.
he know everybody, bro. From like, you feel me? He know Chief Keef them. He know everybody, bro. Like, he know E-Dog. He know niggas who underground in the scene.
So on that.
Still walking around.
I was on that.
Just doing what he wants.
There's a man that go by the name of Trenches News from Chicago.
Like, nigga, you don't think motherfuckers gonna get your real, all your whole
and when the
real
paperwork
name,
for
bro,
this
like,
case had leaked out, some people had put 2 and 2 together and found out that Trenches News was one of the star witnesses confronting him about it. But it was still a lot of mixed feelings in the air